Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good, y'all? What's good? It's the girl Made Money up in here for another one. It's the girl Katie over there.
You finally got the directions right. I'm so proud.
Yeah, I'm pointing to the right, even though I think I don't know what.
It's probably mirroring what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah. So anywho,
probably what it is.
Can you just give us the Dwight first? I'll
Yes.
take it. Thank you. I needed that. I couldn't do it myself physically, but I'm in a place that people might be alarmed. So, but that's how I'm feeling straight up at this point. We got a great episode for you guys today. We will be discussing quite a few things. We're going to go over a little bit. We're going to start with our South Park recap. That will make us feel a little bit better. We're going to also go into just a little bit of recap over some videos that we may have missed over the protests, because that was such a beautiful display of, American democracy and what we really about. And even I'm sharing some people from throughout the world. So stay tuned for that. And then we also have just a little bit of some backlash, a little bit of womp for you, a little bit of dumbass people that tried and fucked around and found out. And then we would also just kind of end and wind off with just the fact that we cannot let up. Just because we showed out 7 million deep, which is amazing, doesn't mean that we can't keep continuing to do so. And we have to figure out as many ways as possible to start organizing this shit better. Because I really do believe that bad organization with our people is a huge part of the problem of why we're here right now. But we have proven, and so there's no more excuses no more. We have proven that we can organize this shit together. Okay? So.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go into it. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe before we get started. Bring some friends over. Come hang out with us. We have a great show for you tonight. And yeah. So let's start off with our South Park recap.
Hello, boss. Ah, shit! Good news, boss. We just shut down another abortion clinic. Oh, yeah, great. That's great. Yes, boss. You've made other Christians so happy. Oh, boss. If you're going to jack off, shall I fetch your comrade? Ah! I wasn't jacking off! Sure thing, boss. I'll go get your comrade.
After a long 3-week wait, South Park has finally returned with a brand new episode, and it did not disappoint. Unless, of course, you're a MAGA fake Christian, in which case you'll likely be pretty upset about your bastardization of an entire religion being the butt of this week's joke.
You know, they're all just a bunch of libtards anyways. I know what's up. I listen to podcasts. You want to know who I think the Antichrist is? Greta Thunberg, with her stupid haircut and her dumb bangs. Someone should yank out whatever's up her ass.
Now, there were a lot of themes addressed in this episode, from more Trump tiny dick trolling to the ongoing Satan butt baby side plot, and even Peter Thiel and the surveillance state. But what made this episode so special for me was its emphasis on dismantling and pointing out the hypocrisy of fake modern MAGA Christianity, while still being able to keep things hilariously poignant and relevant.
Wait, why is there a camera inside the girl's bathroom? To stop the Antichrist.
As always, when we cover South Park here at Really American, we'll do a quick recap breakdown of the episode with some help from a great channel I found called Johnny Two Cellos, who makes awesome South Park deep dive content, show you all of the hilarious moments I can on YouTube without getting dinged, and then really dissect the themes at the end. So, if you like this video, consider dropping a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel out. And I will link to our other South Park videos in the description down below.
Okay, so just real quick. The reason why I always choose this dude is because he finds the people that can actually do the work to do it, and do the recap.
So we don't get copyright.
And we don't get fucked up over it. Yeah, exactly. So let's just go and let him recap, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
All right, so the episode title is Twisted Christian. It's also weirdly season 28
Yeah,
instead
that
of 27 like all the recent ones, so if you're having trouble finding it, that may be why. But the story essentially boils down to tech billionaire and future feudal surveillance state overlord Peter Thiel trying to inform the kids about and ultimately stop the Antichrist, which we assume is the butt baby Donald Trump impregnated Satan with earlier in the season.
And to make sure Satan could never have offspring, the Lord God did shrink Satan's asshole to the size of a tiny little pinhole, so nothing could ever penetrate and ejaculate inside of it. Until along came Mr. Donald Trump, whose penis is so teeny tiny it could actually fit in Satan's asshole. How small is Donald Trump's penis? Somewhere between 6 and 7 centimeters.
It will all kind of make sense, I promise. Stick with me. At least, it'll certainly make more sense than the internet meme it frames the episode around.
This episode initially frames everything around the recent 6-7 trend/joke, and rather than try to make sense of it or actually explain it to the audience, they basically just use the fact that to anyone who isn't in on the joke, it's kind of inscrutable, which I think was a very funny way to go about it, and frankly made me very grateful that I didn't have to pretend to understand it at all. But through the fact that it's inscrutable to anyone who isn't under the age of like 12, we get the rest of this narrative flowing. Power Christian Principal holds a big school assembly, thinking the numbers are satanic, bringing in billionaire Peter Thiel to lecture about the Antichrist. If you don't know, Peter Thiel is a tech billionaire who has had his hand in probably too many aspects of the tech world to even mention them all, but countless tech companies, military technologies, AI advancements, surveillance tools, and maybe most importantly for the episode, he's the chairman of Palantir, which develops tech for a number of these categories, particularly surveillance and AI. Though even more importantly, this dude really does have thoughts about the Antichrist, like to the point where as recently as September, he has been giving private lectures off the record about the subject. So, you know, clearly a very stable guy that we can definitely trust with the continued advancement of the surveillance state. But this honestly all tied really neatly into the ongoing stories this year, because obviously we've got the whole pregnant Satan storyline going on, which, while this wasn't explicitly stated before this, I don't think, many of us have inferred that it might lead to an Antichrist storyline. On top of that, this season has just been hypercritical of government conflicts of interest and overreach and the ways billionaires have kowtowed to the government to advance their own goals that are not in our best interest. So Peter Thiel, both being an Antichrist enthusiast and a guy who helps run one of the most concerning examples of surveillance state advancements, is kind of perfect for, you know, the story, not for like the world.
But speaking of Trump, I think they did a great job here of still being able to tie him into the narrative in funny ways, even when the episodes aren't inherently about him, because as we'll see, the real main character of this episode is actually Jesus Christ. But the next scene we get is Trump and Satan in some sort of pregnancy preparation class. This after the entire point of the last episode was both Trump and JD Vance trying to get Satan to lose or abort the baby. Vance because he doesn't want challenges to his position of power, and Trump because, well, he just doesn't want the baby to take attention away from him, which gets us this incredible moment.
Of course, there is still one more clinic that will still perform abortions. Perhaps you should go speak with this abortion doctor.
So after this, Peter Thiel sets up surveillance all over the school.
I'm loving the JD Vance. I like the voice, and just like the crafting of his character is so well written and like done and animated and everything. Keep going, but yeah, I just
had the fact that he's just like so tiny.
Yeah, and fucked up
trying to look for the Antichrist. This causes Jesus to be very concerned for the children, and with how okay people are about letting Peter Thiel do what he's doing, he starts to have a bit of an identity crisis.
What do you need? I'm starting to wonder if I really fit in here.
Of course you fit in. This school has been a cesspool of heathen left-wing little bitches, and only our faith is going to set them right.
It's kind of difficult for Jesus to actually
so
get through to
accurate,
anyone, particularly as woke is dead now and extreme rhetoric continues to take over. I like this being showcased as sort of an identity crisis for Jesus, like looking at modern Christianity and asking himself, did I do this? How did we get here? And it's also something that I'm glad the show is addressing, because the disparity between modern day Christians' actions and the stuff Jesus stood for is looking poking wider and wider. This entire episode, Jesus just keeps fighting for the rights of these kids and trying to lead with love.
I just don't feel good about treating people this way. I think the most important thing still has to be loving and respecting each other.
Not being a bitch,
is
Jesus.
just met with gay slurs from PC Principal.
And while Jesus is struggling with all that, we get this insane scene of Trump going to an abortion clinic to deal with his own issues.
Listen, I need you to perform an abortion, but it's not for me, it's for my partner. And you can't tell anyone, not even my partner.
Look, Mr. President, I've seen the news. If you got Satan pregnant, that's your responsibility.
Well, it's your responsibility now.
And in his hunt for the Antichrist that is somehow tied to this weird 6-7 joke, we get this crazy scene with Peter Thiel, Jesus, and Power Christian Principle.
Now I'm following the lead on this girl here. She went home to 67 Mala Vista Drive. Going through her family's medical records, I found that her father has testicular cancer and 67 days ago had one testicle removed.
I really loved this
watching, comment
episode
in the
not only
chat.
decided to give us more focus on Jesus,
can't
but also
see
on PC
nobody
Principle. Since
in
they
the
revealed
chat.
that he's now
Mine's not
Power
like
Christian
the
Principle,
big
he's remained a bit of a background
we have two
character,
people
a
watching on
symptom of the
Millennial
changing
Gaze.
socio-political landscape. But this put a real spotlight on his new attitude, and honestly, I think the game of the character still works just as well, switching from political correctness to Power Christianity. The comedy
that's what I
always
thought
stemmed
PC
from
stood
how
for.
absolutely aggro this
Politically
dude was
correct.
about fighting for
Yeah.
these very sensitive subjects. A guy who just goes borderline violently ballistic if you use a microaggression. And keeping that same attitude while he vocally advocates for Jesus, going as far as to rip his shirt off and trying to fight people who feel differently, it's basically the same joke. The aggressive action does not match the core tenet of the belief the aggressive action is defending. The character's entire shtick is hypocrisy. I was also happy to see them
Hey,
finally
Deanna.
address Strong Woman, who is now Strong Christian Woman, and has adopted the look of
Christian
some of
woman.
the stereotypical media and political personalities we're seeing from the Christian side of things. Weirdly enough, the connective tissue between every storyline in this episode was actually Peter Thiel, and I think their commentary about him was pretty clear.
Is it
He is
Thiel
straight
or
up
Teal?
using satanic panic scare tactics, spinning stories about the Antichrist so that people's fear might lead them to give up more and more of their autonomy, more
Biggest
access
Teal.
to their personal data, more surveillance, less privacy, you know, in the name of safety. But as it turns out, in this story, Thiel is also working for JD Vance, which tracks. Both of their goals are to eliminate the Antichrist, right? But using the 6-7 joke as the connective tissue to some of these more fringe and extreme religious beliefs was a very funny
Won't even
idea.
try to
So
figure
because
out
the
what that
adults
shit
do
is,
not
it-
understand
it
the
literally
6-7
makes no
joke, they
sense.
think it's some kind of satanic cult. Because Cartman can't help but laugh hysterically at every 6-7 reference, he starts puking endlessly. Because he starts puking endlessly, this leads to a full-on possession storyline parodying The Exorcist with Peter Thiel. But let's talk about how it all wrapped up. Because, well, it was kind of depressing, and also I think forecasts a bit about the rest of the season. After PC Principle tries to set up Jesus with a quote-unquote Christian woman, and Jesus has a little bit of a meltdown about modern Christianity, there is a confrontation with PC Principle.
I'm saying that you and a lot of other people seem to have a very warped sense of what Christianity is.
Are you questioning my faith?
I mean, PC Principle feeling so insecure about his Christian faith that he literally beats up Jesus about it. Pretty funny take on modern Christianity. But where this episode goes that surprised me was that rather than fully reject PC Principle and resign like I expected Jesus to do, he actually gave in. He goes back, takes the Christian woman home, cuts off his sleeves, shaves his beard so he just has a stash, and he bros out. And then the episode ends. And while yes, a lot of this season's episodes have ended on these sort of dour, downer endings, this one left a lot of threads lingering, and I think it likely spells out that we're going to see a pretty direct follow-up next week, because the Jesus transformation wasn't the only sort of cliffhang. Peter Thiel also wasn't able to exercise Cartman's 6-7 possession and claims he has to bring him to Washington. Also, this episode's original description on the Comedy Central schedule actually stated that Cartman's possession might be the key to stopping the Antichrist. I think this is basically spelling out what we can expect next week or in the future of the season. For one, they had 3 weeks to produce this episode, and I think it's likely that they used that time to prep how the story would continue into the next episode. 2, the next episode is set to air on October 29th, which would likely mean we're looking at a Halloween episode. And is there any more fitting of a time for them to have Satan give birth to the Antichrist than their Halloween episode? I guess maybe a Christmas episode? But I think I'd rather see see Jesus be reborn that day. And on top of this, they showed that Towelie listened in on Vance's conversation.
Oh,
with
I missed
Theo, where he
that.
revealed their plans, which will clearly come into play later.
That's what I was going to bring up.
If you're going to jack off, shall I fetch your comrade? Ah! I wasn't jacking off! Sure thing, boss. I'll go get your comrade.
Honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the way all of these disparate story elements are starting to really coalesce.
So, I know that we took the time. First of all, ain't nobody really here like that. But secondly, the reason why I took the time to even just let that whole thing play through is because, first of all, South Park is pretty much the only people willing to call this shit out with the energy that it needs to be called out on. This is what will actually be effective. And so I want to show everybody, literally as many people as I can, an episode of South Park of all fucking things that I grew up with, that I've been watching my entire fucking life. I did not know that this would be like the thing that I'm holding on to hope for dear life with is an episode of fucking South Park, because they actually go for it and call these people out in the most like obvious and direct way. Hey, what's up, Jazzy? Thanks for pulling up. But y'all know, and so that's why I really think that these media, like these people like this, are so important right now. And we need that energy. And so I will be covering, if y'all don't like it, then just fast forward later on, because I will be covering every single South Park episode ever. And then also, I'm starting to notice, like, and we can talk about this completely later. I actually want to do a whole South Park thing, but like this whole story has left off with a lot of different characters, like Towelie, that one kid that Cartman took over his job. I forget his name, and then Satan is a very big one, and Jesus is a very big one as well. I think if I had to guess, I might be seeing a little bit of alliance being formed here.
Also, what about the guidance counselor?
The guidance counselor, we haven't seen him yet because Jesus is a new one. So yeah, I just think this is the most cohesively written season of South Park I've seen in a long time. Because a lot of times it can get a little like kind of like it doesn't have a line to it. It's just like standalone episode-y, which is fine.
Yeah.
They do whatever the fuck they want. But I do see that there's like a story going here. And so I'm very excited to see what else they have to bring throughout the rest of this season. So that was our overall of the and Katie, what did you think, by the way? What did you think about that?
I feel like every time they go hard in these episodes, I'm like, they can't go harder, can they? And then they do. Like when I saw Jesus at the Cheesecake Factory with that thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say thing is a good way.
Oh my god, I lost my shit like laughing, because that's what all of these freaky MAGA women look like anymore. Is like the fake tits, the fake cheeks, the fake lips. Like,
yeah, they look like Jigsaw.
Have you looked at like Christy Gnome before all of the facial things? Like,
she looked like the
pretty.
mousiest little nice little. I mean, she was just like regular looking, pretty. Yeah, I wouldn't say she's like the beauty of all the land, but she was definitely like plain,
I guess,
and nice and looking like regular looking. I don't know. She didn't look like. The one that really got fucked up is what's that name? Laura Loomer. Whew. The first time I ever seen her, I was like, oh shit, that's Jigsaw. Like, it's scary. Do you want to play a game? Like, no, bitch, hell no.
Like,
oh, it's bad. It is bad.
Oh, it's bad. And I don't understand how these women think that this makes them attractive. And I noticed too, with like Christy Gnome and Caroline Levitt has started to get more lip fillers too.
I
because
know
they
they
have a
just getting
certain
bigger. They starting to take over. Like they starting to touch her nostrils and push them up like this.
she looks like the pig that she is. What?
Bruh, you can just go back a few months and like look.
But like
the transformation is actually quite fascinating.
The way that they speak though, when their lips are like done, they have to have something like this.
Oh, who's that other one? Laura Ingram. She can't even close her shit. She just talk like this. She can't even make a touch like that.
We gotta get this shit out of the way now because the rest of this episode is just
Oh yeah, we're gonna get unhinged up in here. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. So and another lastly important thing, because I actually do want you to play the Jim Carrey clip. I think
I love him.
Yeah, I love him so much. But me and Katie are artists, and we always go the way of the art. Like that's what we do on the Millennial Gaze channel. All avenues of art when it comes to fine arts, to music, to dancing and drawing and writing, and just any sort of expression in an artistic way is the way that we go. And so that's why I always like to promote our artists. And so let them fly.
Yeah, let me see if this will. No.
Immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed, and the abuse of power. We are fighting those same evils today. And we need to be clear, shamelessness is not and will never be a superpower. It is the mark of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. Almost half of America at this moment believes there is a sinister deep state diabolically plotting to what? Give them health care? We in America are misinformed.
Yes, we are.
Reality shows have warped our idea of what a hero is, or what the truth is. So tonight, I'd like to dedicate this award to those who remind us of our virtues, who remind us of the truth. Hatred of immigrants, contempt for the truth, greed.
Where was this? Was this the Emmys?
It looks like does it say on there? I can look. I got it right here.
Or is it? No, I think it's the SAG Awards.
Yeah,
Like it was recent.
It was. Yeah, it was a more recent one because I didn't recognize that suit. I always keep an eye on Jim Carrey because
and he's a Canadian. Let's all remember that.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even fucking know that.
Yep.
I really didn't. See, because I always thought of him as one of my own. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
I don't give a fuck where you from. And that's really the end and all of that story. Oh, jeez. Let's go. Let's just go on ahead. We'll answer that question for you. Let me write that down in my notebook. Like, comment, subscribe.
And Jim Carrey is one of my favorites. I love him. Some of his movies are just like I love Bruce Almighty.
Oh,
every time
that make me sad.
Every time
Adam Sandler.
No, every time I watch that movie, I've seen it like a million times, and I burst out laughing every time. And another one is Liar Liar.
I love Liar Liar. I love Liar Liar.
The pen in my hand is wow. It's just
I love that movie. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I love damn it. You took it out of my brain. I was just thinking about I love the Truman
Show. Cable Guy's great too.
Cable Guy is great. I love the Truman Show. I love
the Truman Show.
Yeah, I really love his that's a very different side of him. Yes Man is actually really good.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
And I love him in The Grinch. I love that Grinch movie. Him as the Grinch is great. Yeah.
You know that took like 8 hours to put all that makeup on?
Oh, I know, man. The dedication. All right, so
radical, violent Antifa.
We're gonna move into some like stuff. Just go ahead and fly.
There on the streets in Oakland. When I got home, I found this drone footage, and it's amazing how many people are there in Oakland. This is No Kings 2.0. There were about 2 million more people this time. than the last time they did it for 7 million people total. And contrary to Mike Johnson, it was not some radical, violent Antifa riot. It was peaceful in every city across the nation. 7 million people strong. Hard to ignore that, although I'm pretty sure that Trump was asked about it and all he said was, who cares? But whatever, 7 million people care. And it was empowering to be there, therapeutic almost, to be surrounded with so many people that feel exactly the same way I do. There's millions of us. The city was rumbling. There were so many people just walking quietly, chanting occasionally, but you could just feel how big it was. And that was just Oakland, just one city. And it happened in thousands of cities. That gives me hope. It does. No Kings in Oakland is bigger than I could have even imagined.
So yeah, that's my hometown right there, and that's a white dude. I tried to find a white dude for y'all. They out there too, you know what I mean, to represent Oakland, and that was a very eloquent way to put it. I didn't have nice audio the way he did. He seemed to be able to like clean that up. I was not able to do that, but anyway, so we got other clips. Let's just keep rolling through them. Let's just keep rolling through and show some of the sites.
Let's see if I can find. Oh, here we go. So he was talking about a drone. Let me just show you real quick. My city. This was Harrisburg. And this was like they were marching over and then going to the steps. So I forget what the official count was, but it was way more than what we thought. And like they had to block off the street in front of the Capitol building, which they've never had to do before. We didn't have to deal with any anti-protesters this time, which was good.
That's very nice.
The thing that pisses me off though is
I love a brick there.
Oh yeah, Harrisburg's really pretty. Pennsylvania
looks like a gorgeous town.
Harrisburg, like I love Pennsylvania. Like I've
only heard nothing but good things for the most part. Like
I think this was near the end. I think this was near the end of it. Oh, the beginning of the march through. But yeah, like Pennsylvania is beautiful, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
All right, yeah, and we got Kamal Bell. I don't know if y'all know that man there, but he's in Oakland right there, smiling, laughing, gigging. I don't know who that is, but they look like they friends.
Yeah,
so that is
the weird thing about.
He's also a very Bay Area representative person as well.
Threads videos you can't pause, so like I have to just.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm actually gonna write that down.
Yeah,
just so I know. I like to make it easy on you.
Yeah, which is fine, but
yeah,
it's just nice to
know though, because this is the first time I've ever really used a Threads one. I usually go from the Instagram.
Yeah. So the next video we got is our friend Marley over We the People did all of these shots, but then I think Keisha put it together to make it a whole thing.
Yeah.
Is that Cookie Monster? Oh my god, I love it.
That day, y'all. It was probably a good like 3 to 5 cooler, but it was pretty hot. Still pretty hot, actually. It's not hard to drive from where Marley's at. So she actually came down, had to drive a little bit of a ways just to go to the one in the city. And I was just across the bridge in Oakland at the one with my mom and everything. So it was really nice. It was a beautiful day. You could really feel the energy, the like tangible energy of the whole experience. Even not even just the places that you were. like where we like in the country, you could feel the whole world humming, because we were all like 7 million people all over the world, at least on one continent, right? You know, that's a
It
lot of
was the
energy.
largest. It was the largest recorded protest in the history of our country. That's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing your job well if that's what people are coming out to do.
I think it should be more, but let's go ahead and just keep flowing, because we got more people around the world and everything.
트럼프를 규탄한다.
South Korea.
이런 게 동맹이냐? 대미 투자 계획 철회하라. 관세 협박, 투자 강요, 이런 동맹 필요 없다. 네, 13번.
Actually, I want them. I like their chant. I will learn that.
So, and then we got Mike Galsworthy, who was the Trump tracker guy. Wasn't that him?
Yes, that is him.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find his ass for a minute, and I'm so glad that I did.
To the nearly 7 million Americans out on the streets yesterday, we saw you. The world saw you. I woke up this morning to see all the images of the No Kings demonstrations across 50 states, over 2,700 events on my social media feed, on news feeds. It is everywhere. And what I saw as a friend watching and concerned from abroad was America standing up for its fundamental values and its heritage since your founding fathers. And that heritage sits with the public. It doesn't belong to one individual. It doesn't belong to any political party or any specific organization. It is the public inheritance. But that inheritance isn't a passive one. It needs to be fought for generation after generation. And you need the right civic structures, the right organizational capacity in order to safeguard it. And what you demonstrated yesterday was that organizational capacity to pull off something on that scale with that coordination, and the world saw. And that is important, because around the world we have a lot of hope invested in what you're doing, a lot of hope. So I hope that this is a beginning, a scaling up of America reasserting its own values from the grassroots up. And I want you to know, it's important that you know that the world is watching. So please do reshare this video to all of your American colleagues, so that they see, they are reminded that the world is watching, that this is really meaningful to the rest of the world. And follow. Thanks.
Yeah, and that's nice to know, because I've seen posts on Reddit of literally, but Reddit's kind of compromised now at this point, of people just being like, oh, fuck America, they deserve all this and all that stuff. And it's like, we don't.
I mean, they're about it. The world is just as divided as we are, right? But the one reason why I really like that dude, and his message was so important. If you didn't catch it all because Annabelle was meowing and shit, please go back and watch it, because his message was exactly what I've been trying to say. We have proven that we can get this done. We've shown that we can organize in a capacity that can stop this. And if we don't, there's no point in us acting and pretending now. There's no more excuses anymore. And people are watching. And actually, people have hope. People, people have actual hope in us. Like, damn, they actually pulled that shit together. Okay, we see y'all. What, we gonna let down the team? How we gonna win the whole ass, fucking basketball men's Olympics? That was like one of my favorite ones that we won, that with the Steph Curry and everything. That was like amazing. How we gonna be like the best and prove that we can actually do some shit and then just go back to sleep? We cannot be dormant anymore, you guys. And we will definitely prove this moving on in this episode. Let me just close this door. Katie, can you, Annabelle, I'm gonna just if you want to be in the show, just
So now we're gonna talk about some of the counter protests.
Yes, that's what we were going into. Sorry, I skipped a whole nother segment. Keep going.
I believe there were 22 people arrested in 11 states based on counter protesting. This is in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I love that.
Boo! Yeah.
USA.
So I just wanted to point this part out and show y'all some counter protests because there are a lot of womp womps in here. So yeah, let's see this one.
This one's hilarious.
So I want you to watch the beginning of it. Can you put that first clip, because he actually introduces this in such a way that I think is important. So
there's Trump rallies. Charlie Kirk had his big funeral, Kirkhoff. But one thing you will notice is like not a lot of Democrats go to Trump rallies and then just instigate people. Like, we don't really do that. We might go there and interview some people and make content, but we don't go to their spaces and just try to instigate them. We really don't. But this guy, though, what this guy's doing, it seems to be a pastime of these guys. These guys like to go around to our spaces, particularly, and they like coming into them and being contrarian and being assholes and doing it to just try to get some sort of a reaction. And so I think that that's pretty like low class, that kind of behavior in general. I think that behavior, that provoking behavior, is really childish and low vibrational stuff. It's the same reason, guys, that like a bunch of leftists will go to Blue Sky and they're fine being on Blue Sky. But like when the Republicans all went to Parler or Truth Social, they didn't like it. They don't like having their own Republican space. They want to be in Democrat spaces, but they want to have the authority and be able to freely be dicks in Democratic spaces. Okay, that's what Republicans want. They want to come in our space. They don't want to be in their own space. They hate themselves. They hate their own people. They know it. They just want to be in our spaces, and they want to be able to be dicks and get away with it and be protected. But they fucking can't stand being around their own because they're all miserable shitters, bro. It sucks being around them.
Okay, so exactly. I wanted to just before we show the footage of this shit, this is hilarious. Get your laughing gas ready, because but no, he's so right. Like, these people hate themselves. These people do not appreciate, like, if they was really about it, take that white people town that they just tried to make. They already like are over here snooping around, looking at other people's shit because they're so miserable with themselves that they can't even just do their own shit and leave people the fuck alone. No, they gotta be all up in everybody else's shit and can't mind their own goddamn business because they ain't got shit. They have no substance. They have nothing. They're just empty, soulless beings full of hate and evil. And so that's why they always want to come out here and get some of our joy and shit. Nah, bro. Eat your fucking mayonnaise sandwich and your boiled chicken and get your salmonella and fuck off.
And drink your raw milk.
Sure. Go swim in the pool. Look at the way he's walking. That's what was cracking me up.
Great, look at how they're prancing.
Yeah, fuck you! Ride your bike, you fucking fat!
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Right. Okay, so the skateboard kid like stole his glasses and then he just.
Let's watch the beginning again.
Yeah, we gotta watch it again.
I agree.
Just let this play a little bit.
Look at him prance. Look at him prance.
Because he pauses it perfectly right at the part where I want to show you.
Ride your bike, you fucking fan. Right? You see that? Look at that. So there he goes. He goes with the "We Love Ice," "God Bless Trump." He's flipping everyone off. And then unprovoked, he takes a shot at somebody on a bike and calls him the F slur. Okay? Unprovoked. So this guy, dude, homie, I don't feel bad for him. I don't. And then his sunglasses got snagged. Oh, here he goes.
The way he falls is so funny.
Dude. Oh my God, dude. What is that? What is that play, dude? Dude.
Go get a job.
No. Right. Face down, ass up. That's a way I like it.
Dude, and he's still using the F slurs, bro. Dude, that fall. Dude, that fall, guys, was like.
Katie.
My favorite, like, you can't even make, like, oh my God, it's so comedic.
Bruh, I thought I was the only one. I'm like, I have never seen nobody like he like dove in head first, arms tucked in like this, and then like his feet and his booty is all up. Like, how do you
He's
fall?
like downward dogging it into the concrete.
But like no, it was like a inverted downward dog, like a pretzel, like a extra. I mean, keep going because he pauses it perfectly.
Like, arms in, right?
Like
it was arms in, face down, and his feet are like out. Dude, that is a fall, bro. Dude, what are we doing? Dude, that is like, dude, arms in, face down, but the feet out,
Bro,
dude.
You know the top of his
the
head
pigeon-toed feet out is what kills me, dude. Dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, at first I thought maybe he was tripped, but you don't fall like that if you're tripped. Like, how do you even fall, bro?
Falls like that.
Oh shit, dude. That is just too much, boss.
Okay,
Oh
you can
fuck.
pause it right there. He does have another one.
Just one more time.
Yeah. Bruh,
dude, and he's still yelling the F.
And I love how he's being chased by a handmaid. Like that's just.
Oh
God.
I don't like to laugh at people fall. I usually ask if they okay before, but he popped right up.
And then we got another one because he calls again.
Damn, he caught air on that one.
Yeah.
He must have caught air. That was like a
Dude.
64 points.
Dude, his pants are down, bro. Homie needs to pull up his pants. Now, the thing about it is that last trip feels like it was.
Next one.
This is the next one.
Okay. Oh, he had a point. Let's get in our points.
It was unnecessary, but I mean, dude, he was calling people the F slur, you know? And I mean, here's my deal, guys. I don't condone physical violence. I don't condone physically hurting people, but I will say if you walk into a crowd of people and you use the F slur, you probably are going to take a punch. And I'm not going to feel bad for you, okay? I'm not going to feel bad for this guy after he used the F slur, right? I mean, at first he's just sitting there giving people the finger and saying, God bless Trump. He's being in people's faces. He's being a douche. He's being antagonistic. But the F slur, man, at that point, now the trip, was it necessary? Probably not. But I'm not going to cry any tears for somebody who uses the F slur. I'm not. If you go out in public and you're using the F slur, you're using the N word.
Okay. That's pretty much like, I just wanted to finish that. Of course, like, you went up in there and you kicked your own ass. Like, damn, that first one was, bruh, the rug burn on this top of his head must have been vicious, bro. I'm like, damn, his fucking head just skirted all upside the street, probably left a whole ass mark, and then got up and was all dazed. That was crazy, but don't do that, guys. That's just not safe. I don't think Trump's gonna pay for your skin grafts, yeah, and your stitches on your eyebrow after the ultimate rug burn, dude. Don't do that, y'all. That ain't it. Okay, it's gonna get a little. It's
gonna get. Now we're getting dark.
Yeah, it gets a little dark here. So before we go into this, I just wanted to say thank you for being here. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share all of these things. Even if you hear just a little bit of any of these stories, or like, tell people about us, because we're really trying to keep our communities informed out here, and especially during these times. But this will get a little bit darker, but the reason why I had to bring this up afterwards is because we cannot let our foot off the gas. We cannot let our foot off these bitches' neck. We must keep going, because they're still keeping their shit up. This is still a daily fight that we have to keep doing. Just because we had a great, beautiful day doesn't mean that the shit is still not going on. So roll a clip
that says ICE cannot deport U.S. citizens is batshit crazy. This should not even be a discussion. It's not even a question. U.S. citizens cannot be deported by ICE. It's the law. It's the Constitution. I will be astounded if Republicans vote no on this.
A few moments later.
Stunned that I have to tell you this. Republicans just voted, every single one of them, to allow Donald Trump to deport U.S. citizens.
They just voted to give Trump the ability, legally, to give him the ability to deport U.S. citizens. That is what they voted for. A bunch of elected U.S. representatives. That is how they voted. Am I telling a lie, Eric, or no?
No, I got my... This is always where it was going to go, but that's a dictatorship. That's a dictatorship. It's a fucking dictatorship when you allow a president...
An amendment that says ICE cannot deport...
I think that was the whole clip.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it went back around. Oh, yikes. Okay, well, let's go to this woman. This is where this really pisses me off, because you can really feel her pain. And so send up some good energy to her in any way that you can, because her pain is very felt in this clip. And I hope you guys don't enjoy it.
People have had a 400+ year head start. 400 years worth of generational wealth stolen from our ancestors, Native Americans, ancestors, mind you, stolen. They didn't earn it, took it, and have had a 400+ year head start and generational wealth. And they can't even handle Black people having one full generation of bare minimum voting right access, bare minimum. We ain't even nowhere near the same level what y'all got. We talking about voting rights. My grandmother is almost 80. And in her lifetime, she has literally gone from Black people hardly having any voting rights, especially Black women, to gaining a semblance of voting rights, to now those voting rights being back on the chopping block. in one lifetime span. Grandmother. This is, oh, it is so enraging. It's giving me goosebumps. And white people, I don't want to hear all of my comments. I'm so sorry that y'all are experiencing this. This is so unfortunate. I voted for Kamala. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see a speck of salt in my comments. I'll delete it. I don't want to see y'all right now. I don't. I don't care about your condolences. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of y'all. I'm so... Jesus. 400-year head start, and y'all can't even handle... This is just... White people have had a 400...
Now, as a serious... This is kind of a serious question. So, as, like, a white person, I feel awful for her. Like, what can I do for something like that? Like, for her? Is there anything that, like, I
You
can
know
do?
what,
Because
Katie? That's a grand question. I can spend a whole lot of time really thinking about that and trying to talk. I would really have to sit and talk about this for a while, because that brings up a lot for me too. And
because I understand what she says about, like, don't even give me your condolences. I don't want to hear it. I understand that.
Yeah.
So, like, the thing that then popped into my head afterwards was, like, how can I help? Like, what can I do?
Yeah, you know what? And I think that's I was trying to answer your question. It's just gonna take me some time, but I think it's an important question that you're asking. First of all, like, just giving the space, I think, that is needed. I especially specifically for her, from what I saw. I mean, in any situation, even if it wasn't something as heavy as this, like, sometimes people just need some space. They don't want to hear that apology yet, because they can't receive it the way that they would like to even receive it. Like, a lot of people have a hard time even receiving apologies because it's not the time, you know. So that's really where that starts. Secondly, is the listening. You know, I think listening is so important. And actual, like, not just hearing what people are saying, actually listening and internalizing it and feeling it. Like, you could feel her pain and frustration in that video. And so, but not a lot of people really communicate, like, what they're feeling as effectively as she did with the frustration, because they don't let it be as raw as it needs to be, or, you know, like, you know, when they're not yelling and screaming at you, you know, you don't really feel it the way, you know, sometimes people really try to get their message across as clearly as possible so that you can hear it, but they, even still, then they don't listen. So when somebody gives you that gift, I mean, if you got to watch that video again and again and again just to kind of feel it and internalize that pain, then do it. Also, research shit. Read a book that, you know, the one thing about the white community in America specifically is that y'all were also robbed of the proper education the same way everybody else was. So that's like so important for us to know, just because our education system, you know, in a lot of ways is better, because, you know, like, we get the discomfort and everything actually in a lot of ways puts all those books and puts all those things into our hands, either way, because we're desperate for it, because we actually have to suffer. But when you're comfortable, you don't really know that you need to search out new things, or you think everything is, oh yeah, everything's comfortable, everything's fine. So that makes that's like, oh, okay, society is working fine. And I understand that way, that's how white people have their disservice. because honestly, y'all were held back from a lot of education. I know a lot of white people. My ex-husband, he did not know who Malcolm X was until he moved out here as a grown-ass man.
Wow. And I think that's something, just as like a white person, we have to stop telling people, especially of other races, that what they're telling us about their own history is wrong.
Yeah.
Because we're the ones that are wrong.
Yeah, definitely start there.
We are the ones who have been literally whitewashing history for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to just stop and acknowledge what
and a
is
lot
history.
of your ancestors, unfortunately, misled you purposefully. They didn't teach you those ways, or they glorified it in some way to make you feel so people were indoctrinated and grew up in this shit. And then they go 5 miles down the road into the city and like, whoa, this is a whole new world. You know what I mean? Like, so but that was done on fucking purpose. So honestly, white people should be a little bit angrier than we are, because there are a lot of really good, like regular ass white people out there that don't know some real, like, just regular shit, like that we be knowing, like, because we learn our history. They don't teach y'all our history. Why would they? They want y'all to hate us. You know what I mean? So that's where that is. So definitely learning and then teaching and holding your people accountable. Stop raising your children to be that way. It's fucked up. Stop the cycle. I don't know how to do that. That's not up to us. That's up to y'all. And just holding your own fucking people accountable for the shit that they be doing will be very easy. White women, stop being so scared. You need to start cussing your bitches out. You know what I mean? They got you fucked up. Don't let them be beating you up all side the road and all that bullshit. Fuck that. And you know what? If you got a black homie, tell her we pull up. We help you out. I'll whoop your husband's ass for you. For real. But yeah, so you know, it's just there's a lot that goes into that. I mean, I'm sure there's more, and I'm sure, but even just that allyship, it has to be real, it has to be solid, it has to be like there has to be that understanding that when someone like me, who is at the bottom of the barrel, because I'm a black woman in this country, so I'm literally the bottom, literally bottom.
If it's anything, you're not.
If it's good for me, then it's good for you, and guarantee that. So don't think that oh the black women, they're taking all our job. No, well, first of all, we earned them. Secondly, like if it's good for us and we fought for it, then it's good for you. So everybody come down here where we at. Let's get together. Let's plan and then let's go up and fuck them up. Like, I don't know what's so hard about that. Sometimes people just need to come down to the bottom with the people.
May, if it's anything, you're not bottom of the barrel to me.
Oh. Well, I knew that.
So another fun story of stupid white people. I saw this today. Literally, it's about 15 minutes from where I live. Women of the KKK, cards were passed out near Halloween parade, but apparently not to kids, which is bullshit because they had a Halloween parade and they were looking through their kids' candy card or their candy buckets, and some ladies reached out and said they saw your local news story about a WKKK card, so woman of the KKK, that was supposedly put into a child's candy container. And they're saying now, we assure you that's not the case at all. That's not who we are. Children are precious and are not to be used as pawns. Yet these people put it in a child's bucket. And yes, Jazzy, this was this past weekend. And they're just...
Bruh.
Somebody's reaction. I love somebody's reaction. Come drop it on my doorstep. Meet me in person and see what the fuck happens.
Pull up if you want to. Nah, for real, Jazzy. But like this is like this is what I'm saying. Like we cannot let up off this shit because these people are getting worse. Now that they saw this, we pushed them into another corner. We cornered them even more. So letting up is not the bright idea right now.
So
because then they're gonna think we're not serious about our message, and they're gonna think we weak and stupid. Like, and I would feel like if my team, I'm gonna have to slap the fuck out of my team if we slip on this one. I'm for real. You know, like verbally, I'm gonna have to cuss y'all the motherfucker out because like we cannot slide on this. We must keep going.
So where we live in Harrisburg, where this happened was across the river. So the river separates. There's East Shore, which is where we are in Harrisburg and where the city is. And then there's West Shore where this happened. And so my husband teaches at a very diverse school. I forget how many nationalities I think are in his school. I think it's something like 53 different just nationalities in general in his school. And it's a very diverse community, as most of the schools are on this side of the river. And where that KKK thing happened was on West Shore, which we all call White Shore. Because that's where you see all the Trump signs and all of the like racist stuff. Because he had my husband had high school students that went over to West Shore for like a track meet or something. And these were high school girls, sweetest kids you'll ever meet. And they could not travel. They could not walk around like stadiums without an adult because the white people were so awful to them and shouting slurs at them.
Is this the Susquehanna River?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at a map to get a little bit of a idea of what you're talking about. So one thing about these river crossings that y'all should be very aware of when it comes to history, like the river crossings are a lot of places that like separate where, you know, the racist people are and the not racist people are, or like where. So if you go over into in Kentucky, right, go over the Ohio River, I think that's the river right there, and then
Mississippi.
Yeah, but there's two. So like in northern Kentucky.
You're right.
Yeah. And so like, and it's pretty close. And then you go up into Kentucky, like further up into it, it gets like there's like latches, there's big kind of like cellar things on the floor that you lift up, and it goes down under the floor to hide slaves. That's where they used to hide slaves that had crossed over into like from wherever. And then
you mean from the Confederacy to the Union, kind of like
exactly, yeah,
kind of like Underground Railroad kind of stuff.
Yes, the Underground Railroad is right in like Cincinnati right there. And so there's a lot of like straight up shit in bars. Like I was at this bar one time, and there was like a big ass thing that you could lift up and open the floor for. And I was like, what was that for? And they were like, oh, it's to hide slaves, like runaway slaves and shit. So yeah, I mean, this shit is all built into buildings everywhere within this country. Like, don't get it twisted. This country is built on some fucked up shit.
Yep. I'm pretty sure my hometown has a KKK chapter that's still relatively active.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't got that shit out there. We got the Black Panthers out here.
But on to the next.
Yep, let's go.
True. Hold on. There's a lot of houses on the East Coast that have hidden rooms.
Yep.
That also kind of sounds like a lot of older houses in Germany that hid Jews.
Same shit. But I mean, that was like way later.
Yeah.
Shit, we might have to start reutilizing them again. Everybody clear out your cellar. hide Mexicans and black people again. Go
All
ahead.
right, so this is the next one. He is now talking about targeting San Francisco for guard deployment, even though Newsom has sued him probably multiple times.
Go to San Francisco. The difference is, I think they want us in San Francisco. San
No, they don't.
Francisco was truly one of the great cities of the world. And then 15 years ago, it went wrong. It went woke. We're going to go to San Francisco, and we're going to make it great. We're going to make it great. It'll be great. Again, San Francisco is a great city. It won't be great if it keeps going like this. We're going to go to San Francisco.
You want to know why he says that San Francisco went woke and why he's against it 15 years ago? Because wasn't Kamala like the attorney general or something?
No, she was the attorney general of
California.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
She was the.
But she was
a prosecutor in both.
That's what it was.
And San
That's what it was.
And
yes,
actually,
it
she was a
probably
prosecutor. Like her first job was in Oakland. Her second one is in. I think she worked in both. And then then she was the attorney general. Then she was a senator.
I just know that she was a part of San Francisco.
She was born. We were born in the same hospital. Hey, but guess what? He don't mention Oakland though. He going to San Francisco. You better keep your ass on the other side of that bridge. Like we was just talking about rivers and bays and shit. Bitch, don't bring your ass over here because we don't play that shit out here. You better keep that shit out there in the city. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So you can catch your boat and get the fuck up on out of here at SFO because for real, it ain't happening.
Do you remember the days on the I've Had It podcast when they had to like speed up his voice because they couldn't stand listening to her?
He donated to her? I did not hear about that.
When did
that happen? That's hilarious. You know what? You know why I think that's funny? Because he has a huge crush on Kamala Harris. I think he had a crush on her.
He's a Democrat. He used to be a Democrat, and he flat out said that I will run Republican because they're more easily swayed. Like,
he only does what's best for him. I don't know why everybody keep getting swindled by this dumbass motherfucker. But what? Okay, America, what does this look like for you right now? Because it ain't looking good. That's what I'm gonna say. It's not looking good for our smarts and intelligent that we let one of the dumbest bitches in all the fucking universe come up in here and do some fucked up shit like this.
Speaking of that, let's listen to this.
You're on the go. Jolly, you were at the White House. You saw the demolition. You said every member of the press Washington press was there. What's going on? What did you see in this video that we got?
So, okay, there's a spot. Here's what I found interesting, Don. There's one spot of the White House where you can typically walk down it like a sidewalk, and they have that entire thing blocked off, which is abnormal. It's never blocked off. And so as I had to ride around the whole perimeter to find one little narrow spot where you could see the demolition happening, it's almost as if they're trying to keep people from seeing it from the street. And when I say the entire DC press was there, it's because
this is the East Wing where they're building
that's the only spot
room.
you can see the demolition
Yeah,
happening.
the White House said they wouldn't have to demolish anything.
I sent a second video. I don't know if you got it.
Yeah, I don't think we got it, Jolly.
Who can I send it to? Peter?
Yeah, either one. Peter or Andy.
I don't think I have Andy's number. Let me send it to Peter.
You know why this disturbs me, Katie?
There, I just sent it. It'll give you a real good look. I mean, it's really.
It's not going to be in something that you think. Actually, just let it keep going. And then
actually, it's shocking to see because you think this is the White House. You know, this is where there's history to this. I think the last time the White House was really destroyed in this manner, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, was during the Civil War. Mm-hmm. There was a fire set to it and had to be rebuilt. And my whole point is, it's just like everything Donald Trump touches, he just destroys it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except apparently himself. I know he touches himself a lot, and so I wish it would work on him. But
No, I think it did actually.
to
He
watch the
has
White
to
House be
jack off with
destroyed, walls
chopsticks.
broke down, rhubarb sticking out of it, wires dangling, and especially to know that it was for a fucking ballroom that nobody wants. Like, what is the point of a ballroom, right? I don't know, man. It's seeing it firsthand just made
You
me
can
really
turn
feel like
another room in the fucking shit into a ballroom
surreal in
in
a
like
way.
a
Just
day.
like when I was in Chicago on the ground in this
I
predominant.
think the ballroom would be like twice the size of the White House. Like
No,
it's not some.
I don't
It's
give a
not some
fuck
like.
about this fucking ballroom, Katie.
Well, no, I'm showing this just because of the fact that they're literally tearing down the people's house, and like so this explains how I feel about this. That's how I feel. Like the fact that they went and just did this. May and I were
felt
talking
like
about
I didn't
this.
even hear anything about this. Like I didn't even get warned. Like you
I
told me
saw
this shit, like while I was working on the episode, and you were like, "Did you see what happened in the White House?" I'm like, "Nah." What are you talking about?
I
Like,
think I
oh, they
saw it
just
on.
tore down the East Wing. I didn't even get like this shit. Like, Katie, this is.
I
This
doubted
is
it.
bad. This is bad, Katie. Like for real.
How does this not cause a stir? How does this not just cause people to immediately be outside and be like, get him the fuck out? Because not only is he destroying the White House, he is destroying the people's house, and he is destroying history, and he is trying to destroy the house that Black people built for this country. And he's just like, no, just tear it down. And they didn't empty out those wings, so like history that's in there is also just gone. Paintings, furniture, like, oh my god, it just the fact that he can just I'm so sorry, May. The fact that like he thinks that he can just stomp around all of this and just have no consequences to any of this shit is just it's so maddening.
My people died for that shit. And you know what? I can feel I almost feel the freedom in a weird way, but this maybe that whole shit does need to be torn down. Tear that whole fucking shit down at this point. I don't give a fuck, man. This is fucked up. Free my fucking ancestors then. Because I don't want another building called the White House no more. This is fucked up. This is out of control. This was my people died for this shit. And I thought that white people love this house so fucking much. And y'all really down for this shit to happen to the people's house, to the White House. I thought this was y'all house. Built on the backs of my fucking people. And y'all just like, this is what's happening. It's insane to me. I'm just disgusted. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck am I seeing in this goddamn fucking country? I am 33 fucking years old, and this is the fucking shit I have to go through. Fuck y'all. This country owe me so much fucking money. Oh my god.
Between this and the airplane poop video, they are such representations of his reign right now. Because even though he's not physically
fucking do this, oh my god, I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you're fine. No, let it out. Like, they started with the Rose Garden, and then now they're doing the East Wing. It's like, it doesn't matter. And all the gaudy gold in the Oval Office, it's like,
man, it's only been 9 months and they already ripping down the fucking White House.
Yep.
I fucking told y'all from the jump, even before this channel started, even before We the People started, even before I got on Don Lemon, even before that, I was on my own little rinky-dink ass fucking channel telling y'all that this shit was about to go down.
Yep. It is, and it's...
This makes me so upset, but like, my ancestors built that fucking house.
Yeah. Hey,
you know
Andrea.
what? Tear that whole motherfucking shit down then. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. Like, fuck that house. It's done enough. We can rebuild off of it.
Well, and it's like everything... Jolly, I think it was Jolly, maybe it was Don, brought up a good point that like everything he touches, he destroys. And this is just such a prime example of that. And the fact that like he can still just like go to bed at night and just nothing's wrong, this is all fine. I don't know how these motherfuckers sleep at night. I don't know how any of them think that, you know, after if we get through this, if they all think they're just going to get off scot-free, because they're not. Because we're going to remember.
So fucked up, Katie. Can you take that picture off? It's actually really making me upset. I can't watch that, man. Like, I used to love that building because, like, I just like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't love this country. Fuck this country, man. This is some bullshit. I mean, like, man, I've never would have thought I would see one of the most revered buildings in the whole world in my fucking life be ripped apart because some dumb bitch like this that was built off the backs of my fucking ancestors for some fucking whack ass Nazis that I swear to God, my high school back in the day could have took these bitches down in a minute just from cursing their ass out and being hyphy. Man, fuck these people, man. Oh my God. I will go to law school just to hold all these motherfuckers accountable. On a fucking mission, bro. Oh my God. This is disgusting. I thought white people like the fucking White House. Y'all ain't mad? Don't y'all pay money into this shit too? Do you feel any of this fucking pain that anybody else feels? I'm just so frustrated. This is disgusting.
It's not legal, Jazzy.
That is the capital.
And they're not saying anything because they're being paid. I'm sure Rachel Maddow will say something tonight. She'll probably be the only one. But we you can't trust the mainstream media for anything. So it's just, and I understand, May, where you're coming from when you say I hate this country, because there's times with all this shit like this, it's like, yeah, it's easy. It's easy to see why people hate it with everything that's going on right now. But I love what this country, at least the good people in it, try to have it be, which is multicultural, which is, you know, love everyone. It doesn't matter your race, religion, sexuality, that kind of thing. And I wish that we could have the things like universal health care and like 4-day work weeks and paid parental leave and like the stuff that all these happy European countries have, because more people want that than we think. But we still just have these chuckle fucks that are trying to take us back to 1930s Nazi Germany. We don't want that. And they love trying to make us think that we do. We don't want that. They want to destroy us. And we have to do something. It's like, yes, the No King stuff was great. But now look at this. What are we going to do now? A book comes out tomorrow?
Up, man.
Oh, is that the Virginia Dufresne book? that comes out tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I heard it was the 22nd or 23rd. But
yeah, that'll be interesting.
But my only thing is, you know, I had to cry that one out because this really upset me.
Girl, go for it.
And honestly,
I agree,
like,
Jazzy.
unless you want me to slap a bitch, then I'm just gonna have to cry. Because you only getting one or the other. Because I'm ready to put hands on motherfuckers. So I'm crying right now. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to get out of here without not going to jail instantly for some flagrant fouls up in this bitch. You feel me? Because
we'll have to start a May Money bail fund.
Yeah, you might have to. But like, bro.
So something that I've been hearing a lot of lately. Hold on, let me get it up. I've been hearing this a lot, not just from just different places. Let me see if I can get this to load properly. Is general strike.
Slaves can lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We can do the same today. I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to bring a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund healthcare, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation. Are you ready to take it to the courts and to the streets?
Yes, we are, right? When we're seeing just the depth of the attacks that are happening, trying to roll back all those gains that were won through past struggle, you know, that you were talking about. And they're not going to win. They're not going to do it. This crowd out here is showing why they're not going to do it.
It's our money. It's supposed to go to us. And so when we go on a general strike, we're basically saying we want our money to go back to us. We want our power to go back to us, not to these fascists.
Yep.
Thank you, Annabelle. You're so sweet.
Pets know, man.
Yeah, I know.
Pets know when you need a snuggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and you've been saying this for a while about the general strike, and I think now that like some mayors of big cities are talking about it, and student governors will probably bring it up. Like, it'll happen.
This is what has been giving me a little deep, a little boop of hope, just a little boop. Because I have been yelling this shit for a minute now. You know, maybe I see a little bit too far ahead because, you know, I read tarot and shit. Whatever. But, like, I have been, like, really trying to find anybody that would fucking do what he did. I don't have that platform. I got 3 motherfuckers up in here right now. I don't have that stage. And I've been yelling this shit from the rooftops forever and ever and ever. And it's just like maddening when nobody listens. So when somebody like on that stage says what I've been screaming and yelling for so fucking long, just makes me take a little bit of a breath. It's like I'm coming up for a little bit of air. I'm a swimmer. I can stay down here for a while. But like, you know, that one like nice deep breath, maybe even a little bit of rest before I have to get in another race or I'm about to miss another interval. But like, it's just so nice to see, because this is like the third in the past like 2 weeks, the third time in like 2 weeks that I've seen little trickles of people actually calling for a general strike. Finally, you know, calling for it. So it's starting to gain some traction is what I'm starting to see. And so that gives me so much of a bit of a, like a breath of air. I wouldn't say like hope as much as it is like coming up to breathe so that I can go back under and swim and keep swimming.
Mm-hmm. And let's just look again, since the last time we looked at it, it has gone up again.
Yep.
Last time we looked at it, I think it was 1536. Now it's 1571.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep breaking shit.
Yep. Yeah. I'm sure our next update will be White House beat up, bulldozed.
Yep.
Yeah. So, one thing I do want to say, especially about this White House shit, I know we will get more developments and things to come that we will keep you up to date on. I do want to say, I'm gonna release the ancestors, that may have been buried there for far too long. From that destruction of that place, there might be some of my ancestors that are being freed now that can move on from that place. And so, I'm sorry it happened in this way, but I want to honor the people that of my blood that put so much into building that historical building that has been here for so long, that was just taken away from them without any recognition. But I'm recognizing those ancestors. If y'all don't want to, then fuck off. But I will be honoring them and those people that built that West Wing of that fucking White House. So
to close out,
shade to them.
We got one of my favorites. I love him, Josh Johnson.
There's always been racism in it. It's mainly what it is, because if you really cared about people coming over the right way, the legal way, then you would make the right way and the legal way clear, and you wouldn't kidnap people at their green card interviews, and you wouldn't have mass people picking people up after baseball practice, okay? If that's what you cared about. And you also, you've structured this thing to make these people seem like monsters. That's been the plan this entire time, because if somebody is a monster, it is part of the human condition and a flaw that we have. As long as we see somebody as a monster, whether they are or not, we don't really care what happens to them. It's why they can make conditions in prison so bad, because the assumption is, well, everybody that's there deserves to be there, so screw them, right? If they don't have clean water, or if they can't shower, or if their food's contaminated, good, because they did something bad to earn that place, right? And it helps you strip the basic humanity of looking at another person, whether they've made a mistake or not, or looking at another person, whether from a different country or not. And if you get really good at stripping that humanity away, you can do whatever you want, and then you start to be able to do whatever you want to anybody that you want. And that's what's been creeping up this entire time. What started as guys, they're eating the dogs. Remember, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Nobody's pets are safe. It was getting so dumb. It was past these are criminals and they're killing us and they're coming over here to do terrible things. And then it started to morph a little bit more. Okay, look, I know that they're going through the proper channels and everything, but they have a misdemeanor in another country. Do we really want somebody like that to become a citizen? Maybe we should deport them now. No, I understand that they have their green card, but they also, I don't know, they have this weird past I don't like, or they wrote an op-ed I didn't like, or they said a thing that I didn't like. So do we really want someone like that in our country? I know that they are a fully naturalized citizen, but the way that they became a citizen is a little bit under suspect, because I said so just now. So maybe we'll deport them. And now we're all the way to the point that American citizens that I do not like can be gone. And so you see, when you let somebody's humanity get stripped away over and over and over again, and it's in the back of your head, and you even go with the lie, they probably did something, or maybe they shouldn't have done that thing, or maybe they have a good reason. When you do that enough and it finally comes for you, don't be surprised. There's always been racism in it. It's mainly...
So his specials are really funny, but he's 100% right. He is always so on point with being comedic, and then also, again, just getting that point across.
Message. Yeah, no, I wanted to end it with that, because I think this country has done a good job at stripping away the humanity of people in ways that we didn't even recognize or even notice. Like even just with like what he said, oh, well, maybe they should have done it the right way. I probably did something wrong then, like, I won't look into it. But that's because the individualism that was promoted, the division, I don't give a fuck about anybody but myself. I'll vote for me, not for thee, type energy is how we got here.
I don't know if this is important. I think it is. Reason why Biden wasn't speaking up the last couple of days. He just rang the bell at his current phase of cancer treatment, which means he got through his first phases of radiation and stuff. Brian Tyler Cohen just reported it. So
that's what's up, Uncle Joe.
Yeah,
good for him. Yeah,
because I think it was like full body radiation and some stuff. I don't know what like the next phases are, but usually just getting through like the first cancer phase is a pretty big deal.
Ring your bell.
And Penn Medicine, they're good. So I guess it looks like his granddaughter posted this.
Oh, you looking good, Uncle Joe. Man,
right.
I'm happy for him. Like
that. Got a lot of fit.
Like he deserves to see this shit at least kind of a little bit, just to see us fight for what he was fighting for. I don't want, like, good for him. Good for him. Yeah, hey, Uncle Joe, I've been fucking with you from the jump, bro. You made my freaking college free. And we ain't going back on that shit. Hey, thank you, bro. Love you. Yeah. Great Uncle Joe.
I don't know, but it's more satisfying when they go.
It's that evil, man. It's that evil. That shit keep people alive forever. What's that dude? Rick Stroms? Rick something. Like one of the most evil dude. He lived to be like 1 bajillion years old, and was just filled with just acid and goop and tar. I'm pretty sure that's what he's made of.
I just keep hoping that the idiot in chief doesn't live much longer.
No, he can go ahead and die from natural causes.
I think there was some stats that was like the crowd for No Kings 2 was bigger than both of his inaugurations combined. So
yeah. Man, I feel better. Thanks for letting me cry all up on here on the channel, man, because that White House shit pissed me the fuck off, bro. And
hey, your feelings are valid.
Crying, but like I'm it's not crying because I'm sad, it's crying because I'm angry and I can't slap the shit out of my cat or my I need my computer or like punch a hole through the wall. So I need all these things to function as they do. And so I can't just go destroying shit when I'm angry, because I was raised by a proper mother and family. But I don't know. Some of y'all wasn't, but I was. And the only thing I could do is just release it in a way that wasn't destructive. So yeah.
When you mentioned throwing your cat, so this is just a random tidbit, but whenever me and my dad like will go to the movies or like watch a TV show, every time we hear somebody like throw a cat or something, when it goes like wow, and like the cat, we just lose our shit. So like I just randomly just thought of that. You just throwing your cat. Poor Annabelle.
I'm not gonna throw you, Annabelle. Even though sometimes she likes that. Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, crying is no matter what, you feel better.
Yeah.
Whether you're sad, mad.
I don't really like slapping bitches like on the day-to-day. It does feel better, but that's not like my first go-to, thing to do. So I guess I'll just cry and then get the little puffy, smoke some weed.
Sometimes when I'm angry, I'll play a game like oh god, not Division, Ghost Recon or something like that.
I'll put on Grand Theft Auto and just start just ooh,
I
a nice
hope
mission.
next year, hopefully 6 is coming out. So
Man, they need to hurry the fuck up before we ain't got no ability to get shit up in this bitch. Nobody gonna be able to buy no new game, nothing.
I know.
They better hurry the fuck up. Otherwise, they're gonna lose a lot of money.
Right. All right, guys.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks for hanging with us. Please be sure to share, like, comment, share, subscribe. Girl, we need to edit these things down. I need somebody to like teach me how to do it, like show me. I've been playing with this shit, but
well, we care about y'all.
Yeah, we do care about y'all. And yeah, we want to just be able to bring you as much content as possible. So just be patient with both me and Katie. It's only the two of us on this team. So, there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
My new thing is I've been trying to do at least like 2 Katie's Corner episodes a week too.
I'm working on like a May Money's apartment studio apartment episode, or even just shorts and things like that. But it's hard. And then Instagram, and then the Substack. I want to write a sub. We might need one more person. I might have to try to find somebody up in this bitch. But okay. But I'll think about that. Anyway, we love y'all.
Yep.
Keep an eye on us. We will be here throughout the week. And thank you guys so much for being here and supporting Katie and I. And, we always here to support y'all. That's why we here for the first place. Whether it's 3 or 5 or 7 of y'all, we gonna still be here. You feel me? Or 0. Anyway, keep it gangsta. And remember,
like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh, yeah. And
All I said was there's evil afoot.
Evil!